Welcome back, YouTube. This is an update on my second tank. As you might have known, if you checked out my previous video, I had an ick problem from the jump. This is my cichlid tank. Majority of cichlids, of what's in there is cichlids. I do have a swordtail in there, two gouramis, but I had an ick problem, and on top of that, it got up here somehow. I was just doing a bunch of, cause I was rushing. I wasn't washing things off with hot water in between tanks. When in the process of putting this tank together and cleaning that tank out in the same day, it was just whew. So when I think my I don't know what happened. I just don't know what happened. Somehow I got ick in both my tanks, but I raised the temperature and I put the aquarium salt in there. I raised everything, the temperature to like 90 degrees. They're okay. Of course, I mean, I haven't lost any fish. Everybody seems fine. I have extra, I have a heavy duty pump over here that's pumping both tanks, and they're pumping quite well. And on top of that, the filter is putting off its own aeration, in both tanks. As you can see, there's plenty of oxygen in that tank. Plenty for the temperature that's in there. But I am battling, the ick. Last time I battled the ick was last year. Nappy, around this time. No. 2 years ago. 2 years ago. I'm sorry. It was 2 years ago when it might be 3 years ago when I started this tank. Yeah, it was 3 years ago when I started this tank up here. Yeah, 3 years ago. That's when I had the ick, and I was using all that copper stuff. But I did some YouTubing, and I decided to go with the natural. I do have live plants in there, but I don't see anything dying at the moment. I am putting live bacteria every day. When I change, I put the regular amount, but every day every morning I drop a some live bacteria in the tank. That's what makes my tank cycle faster. That seems to work for me. And I'll go from there. But yes, whenever you start a tank or whenever you doing tank cleaning, my suggestion to you folks are to wash everything off with hot water. If you add anything to your tank, use hot water. I mean, you should have on deck some Prime or some Stress Coast Plus or some Quick Start. Those three things you should have on deck anyway. So, washing it out in some already used fish water, you can do that if you want to. I choose to use hot water. Wash everything off in some serious hot water, and when I'm done, I add that I add something to my tank, to make sure there's no chlorine in the tank. Yeah, but folks, it's not a good thing when you have the ick, but they can be eradicated. 90 degrees wet, the water from what I hear, pretty much eradicates them anyway. But I decided to add a little aquarium salt to my tanks for the next 2 weeks, just to make sure. But I just don't want to use the copper stuff because that's I just to each his own. I'd rather use the aquarium salt. Besides, the aquarium salt is more beneficial to them anyway. I don't know of any other thing that can help them their gills more than aquarium salt. And that Stress Coast Plus aquarium, you gotta have that. You gotta have that. That's like the best stuff you can have. And the prime, you gotta have always quick start and that some sort of live bacteria. I just like to have all that. I always add some here and there to make sure my tank is well adequated, because I do clean my tank every 3 or 4 days. Okay, folks, like, subscribe, and leave a message. Hopefully I can get back to you. I'm sorry if I didn't get back to you lately. I've been quite busy getting this tank back up to par, getting it started and battling it at the same time. Okay, peace, folks.